everybody, I'm Michael Discoswell, and I'm joined by Gracie. And this is the first chapter for Five Nights at Daisy's, or Five Nights at Doggos, or whatever you want to call it. I got one request to do it and no requests not to, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to see how it goes. If you guys don't like it, I can stop anytime, but, you know. The first, chapter is kind of, just mainly setting things up. Hi, dog. Mainly setting things up for, later chapters. Beginning of chapter 2, I think, is that too. I kind of have it planned out in my head. But, yeah, it gets more interesting later on. But anyway, I'm going to read it off to you. I have the thing over here. So I'm going to be looking over here and I'm going to be reading it to you. So enjoy! After the unfortunate demise of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, it seemed the stage was set for a new contender in children's entertainment. This new challenger was a man known as James Mark. James had bought out the rights to the company and characters from Fazbear Entertainment. James also had one little girl at the age of 5 and one niece at the age of 15. James and his sister were both single parents, but for different reasons. James because his wife died in a car accident, and his sisters had never had a husband in the first place. His daughter's name was Jana Mark, and his niece's was Anna Drew. James named his first new little restaurant Doggo's Diner. The diner was to have 6 animatronics in it, though the diner was not finished yet. I just thought I'd throw that in there. First there was the star attraction Doggo. Doggo was a dark brown dog with big floppy ears and dark blue eyes. He was fluffy as well, much like the animatronics such as Freddy from the old company. Next was Doggo's sidekick, Katniss. Katniss was styled after the toy animatronics in the Junior's location Freddy's had. She was orange with pink cheeks. Her eyes were a bright green. She also had a thin salmon ribbon tied around her neck. The other 4 animatronics were more heavily inspired by the old animatronics from the old Fazbear Entertainment. The first one was known as Golden Foxy, inspired by the Foxy animatronic and the old Springlock ones from Fredbear's Family Diner. However, without the Springlocks, because that had been a mistake. He also had bright orange eyes. The 4th animatronic was more inspired than myths and legends than anything else. He was Shadow Freddy. Shadow Freddy was a black animatronic with purple eyes, in the shape of a bear, of course, as Freddy had been. He had a purple top hat and a matching purple bow. To continue on the myth, James also made a Shadow Bunny animatronic. This gray bunny had purple eyes, though it was only there to practice building on and never actually was built to perform. The 5th animatronic was known as Puppetress, a more feminine version of the marionette. This version gave her short black hair just below the chin and a black dress with silver buttons and white laces, along the sides of her buttons, the arms, and along the skirt. The final animatronic was Daisy, inspired after Jana herself. She had realistic brown hair that fell just below her shoulders and a real pink dress. She also had faded green eyes. Unlike his daughter, however, she had pale white skin and plates along her face, chest, and arms to give the aesthetic that Circus Baby's rentals had had. The animatronics themselves had a few aspects that no other animatronic at the time had. First, they would age, grow, get bigger. At the time, they were built to the size of an average child, but after many years, the robots would end up being 6 feet tall, or more. Except for Puppetress, which was to be smaller, at the height of 5'10". This would let the kids see the robots grow up alongside them. The next thing about these robots were the fact that they were to be sentient, and that they would have their own personalities. For example, Doggo would be awkward and clumsy and at times shy. On the contrary, Katniss would be bubbly and outgoing and somewhat hyper. Relationships like this were what consisted around these animatronics. one being really outgoing and, I'm sorry, I can talk today, extroverted, while the other animatronic being very introverted. Boxy was very outgoing, while Freddy would much rather hide away. Daisy would sing and dance and perform on stage, while Puppetress would hide in her box, only coming out when she had to. This program's sentience scared James a little bit. He was paranoid that one of his employees would mess something up with it, so he made it so that they could get very hurt if they tampered with the animatronics. Once he completed the sentient feature, he would remove these measures as to not let anyone get hurt working with the box. And that brings us to the beginning of our story. "Daddy, I want to go play," Janice said, pulling on her dad's arm. "Not now, honey," James responded, ignoring his daughter for a moment. He was showing some men around the facility, explaining to them all about the animatronics. The main person he was telling was Anna. She was to take control of the company once she got older with the help of Jana. Everyone knew that the calm Anna would do everything behind the scenes, while the happy, outgoing Jana would be the face of the company. "Fine," Jana thought. "If you won't play with me, then I'll find something else to play with myself." Jana proceeded to run off without her father seeing. She soon came across the animatronic Daisy and decided to play with her. She had seen her before in her father's workshop, and so wasn't afraid of the animatronic's open chest plates. She explored the animatronic and discovered something shiny in the back of her open torso. She decided she needed to press it because she was an ignorant 5-year-old. She placed one of her hands at the bottom of the open chest compartment, while sticking the other hand in to press the button. Once she pressed it, it was soon realized that this was one of the security features her father had installed in the animatronic. This security feature caused the open plates to violently close shut, and then being metal, could cut off a limb. Unfortunately for Jana, her entire half of her body was within this robot, and so she was cut in half. Her father soon came in to see what had happened, hearing a strange noise from the room. The moment he walked in, nothing could take back what he just saw. He realized exactly what had happened, having programmed that own feature into Daisy himself, and realized he had accidentally killed his own daughter. 2 weeks after the incident, he wrote a will and killed himself, shooting a bullet into his head, his body landing on the Shadow Bonnie animatronic. In this will, he gave the company to a friend of his, a man named Andy Steen. This would be only permanent until Anna was 20. Then she would take control over the company. Most people thought the story of the Marks was over. In truth, it was just beginning. There we go, that's chapter 1. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. Chapter 2 gets a little more exciting. Not really, but I guess a little bit more. Chapter 3 is when things actually start happening, so sorry, I just got cut off. My camera decided I don't want you to be doing videos anymore. So, anyway, maybe stay tuned until chapter 3 before making your decision whether you want me to continue or not. Anyway, I love you all, and I hope you enjoyed. I love you. Don't forget to love yourselves. Bye-bye. Hi, dog. Whee!